The whispering shadows in the quiet town of Blackwood, nestled deep within the dense forest, there stood an old mansion known as Blackwood Manor. The townsfolk spoke of it in hushed tones, warning of the eerie whispers and shadowy figures seen through its cracked windows. For decades, no one had dared to set foot inside, believing the house to be cursed. One crisp autumn evening, a newcomer named Evelyn arrived in Blackwood. She was a writer, seeking solitude and inspiration for her next novel. Unfazed by the local superstitions, she rented the abandoned manor, intrigued by its dark history. Evelyn's first night in the mansion was uneventful, save for the occasional creaks and groans typical of old houses. But as the clock struck midnight, she was awakened by a faint whispering sound. At first, she thought it was the wind, but the whispers grew louder, forming incoherent sentences. Heart-pounding, she ventured out of her bedroom and down the dimly lit hallway. Following the whispers, she arrived at a locked door at the end of the corridor. The door seemed older than the rest of the house, its wood rotting and paint peeling. As Evelyn touched the doorknob, a chill ran down her spine, and the whispering stopped. Summoning her courage, she forced the door open and stepped into a dusty, forgotten room. The room was filled with old furniture draped in white sheets, and in the center stood a grand piano, its keys yellowed with age. A sense of sadness hung in the air, and Evelyn felt an inexplicable urge to play. As her fingers brushed the keys, a haunting melody echoed through the room, and the whispers returned, clearer than before. "Help us," they seemed to plead. Evelyn's curiosity outweighed her fear. She spent the following days exploring the house, uncovering its secrets. She discovered a series of letters hidden in the attic, revealing the tragic history of the Blackwood family. The manor had once been a vibrant home, but a series of mysterious deaths had driven the remaining family members to madness. One evening, while reading the last of the letters, Evelyn noticed a name that sent a shiver through her: Eliza Blackwood, the youngest daughter, who had disappeared without a trace. The letters hinted at Eliza's knowledge of the family's curse and her desperate attempts to break it. Determined to uncover the truth, Evelyn delved deeper into the manor's history. She found a hidden passage behind the grand piano, leading to an underground cellar. The air grew colder as she descended, and the whispers became frantic. In the cellar, Evelyn found an old journal belonging to Eliza. It detailed a ritual to free the trapped spirits of the Blackwood family, but the final page was torn. As she stood there, piecing together the ritual, the shadows in the room began to move, coalescing into ghostly figures. The spirits of the Blackwood family surrounded Evelyn, their eyes filled with a mixture of hope and despair. With the help of Eliza's journal, Evelyn completed the ritual, reciting the ancient incantations. The spirits slowly began to fade, their whispers turning into grateful murmurs. As the last spirit vanished, Evelyn felt a warmth spread through the room. The curse was lifted, and the whispers ceased. Blackwood Manor was no longer haunted, but it held a new kind of peace, a peace that Evelyn hoped to capture in her next novel. Evelyn stayed in Blackwood, the manor now a place of inspiration rather than fear. The townsfolk, seeing the change in the house, no longer spoke of it in whispers. Instead, they shared stories of the brave writer who had uncovered the secrets of Blackwood Manor and freed the tormented spirits within.